Most people driving down Nicollet Avenue through South Minneapolis might be surprised to learn that several #1 albums were recorded right here on this block, and probably would be hard-pressed to guess which building. But here it is, right here, the former home of Flyte Tyme Studios. Artists ranging from The Human League, Robert Palmer, Alexander O'Neill, Herb Alpert, and of course Janet Jackson recorded 2 huge albums here, Rhythm Nation and Control. Right here, just in the middle of South Minneapolis neighborhood. Coming up to it these days, it's just a interior decorator design building. You would have no idea. Kind of extends to the back there. We might poke around back. On the TPT website, there's a great video of Jimmy Jam giving a tour of this when it was still a recording studio. And he walks through it and shows some of the rooms. And out back he shows a basketball hoop where they go out and play basketball. And I'm going to poke around back there and see if I can see any remnants of that hoop. So here's a shot from the TPT documentary, Minneapolis Sound. This is what it looked like as a recording studio back in the 80s. No signage, nothing whatsoever to indicate what's going on in here. And people would have had no idea driving by. You can see even the windows are more plain. I mean, it just looks like nothing. But let's take a peek inside here too at 1 or 2 more pictures from that segment. There's another couple shots from the video they ran back in the day. Jimmy Jam giving a little tour of the studio, some of the gold records and stuff, and spends a little time there. Comes up front here, goes to the recording booth, and just gives a nice tour of the place. And it's interesting to see, and hard to imagine it looking at it nowadays. It seems so small. Also in the video, they mentioned this basketball hoop in the alley behind the studio that they used to play at. And I'm going to wander around back and see if I can find any remnants of this thing. All right, here's the back of the studio building here. Sure, this would have been the door, the load-in door, obviously, for people recording here. So a lot of activity would have gone on right back in here. Now, again, on the PBS video, it showed them there was a basketball. There's a basketball hoop in this parking lot somewhere, but I can't find. You can see there was a previous layer underneath what's there now. So somewhere right in here was their basketball goal where they would have stepped out. You know, who knows, maybe Prince came out with them. But a lot of famous people would have come out with them and played basketball right here in this alley. Wonder if anybody in those apartments would have known what was going on. But that's pretty cool. Yeah. So again, Robert Palmer, Patti Austin, The Human League, Alexander O'Neill, and Janet Jackson, all recording right here on Nicollet Avenue, across from the crematorium. They even mentioned the crematorium in the documentary. Here it is in 1987. In 1989, they left this building and moved out to the suburbs to a diner. Sometimes there's a lot of history hidden in plain sight.